Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's Terry, and welcome back to another edition of An Orchid a Day. Actually, today here's two orchids. I got these in the mail. They came from two separate places, but they both arrived this morning. I will go over this one first. This is a species that has been in my collection. I used to have it for many years, and it actually is the cover photo for my channel. It's Phalaenopsis mariae. Actually has a nice spike in there on it. Now, people have asked me when I get a new plant, how do I do the research on it? But I generally do the research first, to be honestly. That's how I do it. I do my research before I buy it. But if I need to do more research, then I just type the name in. You can see Phalaenopsis mariae, and this is what comes up. And I generally will click on orchidspecies.com. That's generally the first site that I click on. So now you can see that's the picture of the species, and when you scroll down, it gives you all the useful information that you're looking for, or you hope so. You can see that it is fragrant by that symbol. It likes moderate warmth to hot. It likes little sun. I mean, that's pretty much in full shade. That would be full on shade. It was described in 1883. That is the section Amboyensis. Small sized epiphytic species from the Philippines and Borneo, 600 meters on tree trunks and branches in dense shade. Many flowered with small distichum branches and simultaneously opening flowers. Does it say slightly opening? Fragrant, slightly fragrant. And so yeah, that is mariae. But what I failed to mention, and probably most importantly, is the reason to look up all of this information, where the plant comes from, east or the west side of the coast, what elevation, is because so that you can, again, if you're a geek, if you really want to know the specific culture, then you go and look at maps, you go and look at the annual rainfall, what their highest rainfall is throughout the year, where it's, if they don't get any rainfall at certain points of the year, what the light is, what the temperature is throughout the year. That's what this information is most useful for figuring out if you want to take it further, if you want to know more specifics. And I think we all want to know more specifics. I haven't really done all of that, but that information and those channels to do more in-depth research are out there. So you should take advantage of everything you can soak up. As I've said, I love mariae. It's very floriferous. Usually when it's about to bloom, you will see the spike begin to elongate. You will see the roots begin to green. The tips will green up and will push forward. Oftentimes a new leaf will start to form. That's generally the habit. This plant also branches. The spikes, as long as they're green, don't cut them off. And they can still branch, and they branch often. The fragrance that I noticed when I had my plant, it was very sweet. Very soft, but because of the number of the flowers, it was quite audible, but I know that some people are offended by the smell. It does have, at times, kind of a powdery smell to it, if that makes any sense. But for the most part, for me, it was almost citrusy. A little bit on the tangerine side, with a hint of like those cleaner, drier sheets, sort of like that. Anyway, that is Phalaenopsis mariae. The next plant that I got, and if you've been paying close attention to my channel, you know that I've been on a kick with this species lately. This is Trichocentrum Kuquat, Lakeview, which is Trichocentrum. It is a species. You can see the plant is, these are technically, I would say, still probably just a little bit coming out of their rest. I generally, when they are like that, I wait until they're more that size, the new growths, before I really start to water them. Kind of how I do with a dendrobium as they're coming out of a little bit of a rest after they bloom. That's how I do, because if I water too quickly, a lot of times, especially in the spring, because the temperatures are still relatively cool, it will do more damage than anything else to water them so early. So you really have to mind your temperatures, and that's what my mistake has been for the last few years with Phalaenopsis in general, just paying more attention to the scale and just to the watering and the fertilizing, and not really to the temperature, if that makes any sense. Sounds kind of dumb, but that's my excuse. But anyway, this is a hybrid, and as I looked online, I found that it is a hybrid between Trichocentrum splendidum, which I have, and the other half is that Trichocentrum hematochyllum, which is Lanceanum. Lanceanum is this. I don't know what my dog is doing. Okay, that's Lanceanum, and the other species is Luridum. That's Luridum. Beautiful. So that's 50%, and then it's 50% Trichocentrum splendidum. I don't think there's a fragrance to this. There may be, because Lanceanum has fragrance. I'm not sure if Luridum has fragrance. I don't think so. That's mariae. Yeah, I'm not sure about Luridum. But anywho, these like rapid drainage. They like a lot of water while they're growing, and a lot less when they're resting, if that makes any sense. Kind of typical Oncidium culture. You only water when they are approaching or they are dry. They don't want to be dry for too long. You don't want to damage these roots by letting them stay dry for so long, but they like to be more on the dry side than the wet side. And that is what the flower would look like. These are all mule ear. All of the parents are mule ears, I should say. I always get them confused. Okay, so that's my 2 new orchids. I'm very happy and pleased, especially about the mariae, but really about this, because I'm totally on a Trichocentrum kick. I've had some success. So fingers crossed. And thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy your orchids. Bye.